As we discover over the next few days, the kids that make it to hospital are a lucky few. There's simply not enough beds or medicines to cope with the need.
And he usually has 5 or 6 times of diarrhea.
We've been told by the government that we can't film in hospitals. In a state which specialises in creating images of its own perfection, they're concerned that sick and hungry children reflect badly upon them. Local officials are far more obliging. They desperately need help and they give us access to get it.
정상 혈관 신경이 충분하지 못하니까 아이들 용량 관리를 이게 소화되기 쉬운 걸로 들어가지 못하고 그래서 굳은 식사로.
And what are they doing about that? What sort of medicines do you have, or what sort of
The aid organisation, MSF, has been able to deliver medicines to this ward, but the hospital has no food at all. The mothers have to supply it, and they've no more food now than they did when their children began to starve.
What is her ration? We know that there are definitely people dying and people who are in danger of dying. Hundreds, thousands, but we don't know. We're not able to assess that with any degree of accuracy, but we know it's happening. The proportion of it.
Why don't you know?
I think we're not able to go to the places that are randomly and do any objective assessment. You know, they control their own information so tightly within themselves. So to have somebody come in here and ask questions and want to take pictures and tell the world what's going on so that we can bring them assistance is completely alien to them.
How do people, when people come from the outer areas, people in the more remote parts of Dong Sin, how do they get access to...
We've arrived in the village of Dong Sin, as far north as we're allowed to go.
What happens to them in the winter?
Aid groups are either discouraged or forbidden from working in remote areas like this. The government wants to direct all resources to wealthier regions of high production and presumably of high political value.
The North Koreans want to target the more resource-intense areas so that they can produce a higher yield, and then therefore their argument is distribute it throughout the country. We don't think their system is functioning that well. If you're not in the system, you don't get food. And as one fellow said, you don't work, you don't eat. Well, that's not our philosophy. If you starve, you get assistance if we can provide it.
Where are we going now?
We're just going to visit one of the families where some of the children are in some of the more severe conditions.
집 좀 방문하러 왔습니다.
It's the first day that we've been given permission to visit the families of our choice. Again, thanks to a local official more concerned with getting help than the image of the state. This woman lives with her mother, her daughter and her baby son. The men in the room have come with us.
Her husband died did the husband die before the baby was born?
The baby is 15 months old. He looks no more than half that age, and it's unlikely he'll survive the coming winter.
She understands, and the child looks like it might be marasmic. What's the marasmic condition of the child? Looks fairly serious. What could they can tell us about their food situation?
그러니까 신경이 좀 풀릴 땐 그런 데는 생활을 유지했단 말이다. 그런데 수혜로 세대 좀 죽고 기게 되니까 저 아이를 데리고 이거 혼자 살자 하니까 신경 공급받는 건 아예 없고 이제 야 선줄이 말입니까?
Her other child is 14 years old.
그게 그저 특별히 병은 없는데 그저 저희 미래도 이렇게 알으면 보름 비기지 못해서 아야 완전히 영양실적 걸려서 그저 한심하게 됐대요. 몸은 자꾸 흡수를 못하고 근데 너무 몸이 약하니까 그저
As you can see, she's...
This family has been living on about 100 grams of food per day, maybe a cupful of rice each. We're told that everyone receives the same ration, but clearly those that are working have much more. This is no socialist famine. None of their neighbours are suffering like they are. It seems that only the non-productive are left to starve.